The average retirement age in the United States is 65 years old, and it's going up every single year. But what if there was a way to retire more than 20 years earlier, all while maintaining or even improving your quality of life? Well, in this video today, I'm going to share some countries that are 13 times cheaper than the United States and why people are moving in the millions to retire earlier and elevate their lives abroad. So you might be wondering, why do you want to retire abroad? Why move overseas, especially when you're in your 60s? Well, here are three of the main reasons that people chose to retire abroad. The first reason is better and more accessible medical options, meaning you're going to get a better quality of medical attention for a much lower price. The system's a lot easier, more straightforward, and a lot of times the quality is even higher than what you would find in the United States. The second reason people are moving overseas is the financial strength. With a strengthening dollar and the rising inflation on living in the United States, meaning you can live like a king overseas, spend way less of your money than staying in the United States. This essentially means that you can move overseas and your dollar is going to go a lot further. You're going to be able to save more money, have a better quality of life, and be able to really retire earlier. So the third and final reason is a variety of personal reasons like more relaxed culture and just overall extensive activities. This is an important part, and a lot of reasons why people choose to move overseas is a more relaxing culture and lifestyle that you can have while moving outside of the United States. Again, each country is going to be a little bit different. So let's go ahead and move on to these 6 countries that are the best options for Americans to retire abroad and some of the reasons on why these countries are such a good fit. Hey guys, my name is Mike Swigensky. I've been working and traveling in more than 100 different countries around the world. I'm a best-selling author, TEDx speaker, and online entrepreneur. If this is your first time seeing me, or if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on that bell notification icon to get alerted about the new videos I'm putting out every single week. Now, let's jump back to it. So this country on the list is 13 times cheaper than the United States, meaning you can have a much earlier retirement. This means you can retire in your 40s instead of when you're 65 or 70. Can you imagine being able to retire more than 20 years earlier? The first country I'm talking about is Thailand. So here's a few reasons of why Thailand should be on your retirement radar. Well, the first reason is Thailand is extremely affordable and offers an exceptional standard of living at a fraction of the cost than what you'd get in the United States. You can enjoy a comfortable lifestyle on a modest retirement budget, with costs significantly lower than back home, especially when it comes to housing, food, healthcare, and any types of services. Meaning you can live cheaper, you can have chefs, cooks, people doing your laundry, cleaning, and all of the other extra perks that come into it. Imagine having a daily cleaner come to your apartment. It's very common overseas in Thailand. The next great thing about Thailand is the amazing and affordable access to healthcare, meaning you're going to get better healthcare for a lower price. Thailand is renowned for its advanced healthcare system, which is both affordable and accessible. Expats can expect high-quality medical care from well-trained professionals, often educated internationally, ensuring that language barriers are minimal. Again, I kind of save up every year to do all my medical stuff when I go over to Thailand. From dental cleanings to dental checkups, any sort of medical checkups, every year I do a very extensive executive medical checkup where they just check everything. It's a very streamlined process. It's very cost effective, and I can tell that the quality and just the day-to-day or kind of experience you have is a lot better than what I've experienced in the United States or even other parts of Europe. So a few of the other things that retirees love about Thailand is its tropical climate, meaning you're warm weather year-round. Again, it's not perfect every month. There are some rainy seasons, but overall what I've come to expect is during the rainy season, it'll rain really heavily for a few hours, and then it kind of clears up for the rest of the day. Outside of that, you're going to have a rich cultural experience, meaning that there's really amazing food, culture, and just history to kind of immerse yourself. It's a good blend of being able to hang out with locals and also hang out with expats. Now, the question you're all wondering is, how can you actually stay long-term in Thailand? Retirement visa options and other visa alternatives are going to be the #1 factor when considering a life overseas for a longer period of time. Luckily, Thailand has some really good visa options. So Thailand offers a non-immigrant OA visa for retirees over the age of 50, allowing them to live in the country long term. This visa is renewable every year, provided you meet some financial requirements, which included having a certain amount of Thai bank account and providing monthly income from abroad. So this means if you have a certain threshold in a bank and that you have a monthly income requirements, you can go ahead and retire abroad. Now, the next destination is so close to America that you could even drive there, and it's one of the most popular destinations for Americans to go visit. This is Mexico. Now, let's dig straight into a few reasons why Mexico is one of the best places to retire for Americans. Now, the cost of living is one of the most attractive aspects of retiring abroad, and it's such an affordable destination. Your dollar just stretches further here, allowing a more comfortable lifestyle that includes better housing, utilities, and help at a fraction of the cost of what you would get in the United States. Whether you're living on a pension or savings, Mexico offers a high quality of life for a modest budget. Now, having gone to Mexico almost every single year for the past 5 or 6 years, things have gotten a lot more expensive, especially after COVID. The prices have gone up. A lot of the destinations that were really popular have become about 10 or 20% cheaper than the United States. Again, this can still be a great value for the right person, but a lot of those popular destinations have been oversaturated, meaning you need to go off to some of these tier 2 or tier 3 cities to really take advantage of these cost savings. So some of the other things people loved about Mexico is the healthcare, which is both affordable and high quality, and then the diverse living options. Mexico offers a variety of climate zones and lifestyle choices, whether you want to live in the beaches of the Riviera Maya or the historical streets of San Miguel. There's just a bustling energy that's all over Mexico, and especially in Mexico City. There's a place for everyone, and I would say my biggest issue with Mexico is I didn't find that one place that I just absolutely loved and would want to live for a long period of time. Playa del Carmen was the place that I really enjoyed, but every single year the prices just kept going up and the value just didn't seem like it was there compared to some places overseas. So now the question you're wondering, how can I live in Mexico long term? Luckily, Mexico has some really great straightforward visa options. Americans can go there for 6 months at a time without needing any visa. But what happens if you want to stay a little bit longer? Obtaining a residency in Mexico can be a pretty straightforward process, especially for retirees. Again, there's going to be a financial requirement that you need to meet to be able to obtain residency. But again, it's not super high and the process is very straightforward. I'm going to leave links below since these thresholds are changing almost every single year. I'm going to leave links below where you can find out the exact amount you need for having money in your bank account and for having stable income and what sort of proof you need to show. One of the last things about Mexico is they just really understand what Americans like and they're able to provide this service to Americans. So if you're wanting to take a step away from the United States, but still get some of the comforts that you love about the United States, Mexico is a great place and great option for that. There's also going to be a really great retirement community, meaning there's a lot of other Americans and expats who are running over to Mexico to start their retirement chapters of their life. So Mexico can be a great option for some people, but again, I think there's a few other better options on this list that might actually be a better fit for you. The next destination on the list is a country that's also much cheaper than the United States, but most Americans who go there might actually not know that because maybe they're visiting these tier 1 cities that have become pretty expensive over the past 5 years. And the country I'm talking about is Spain. Spain is actually a very affordable country. It's just Barcelona and Madrid are just not the most affordable places, especially for a tourist. Spain offers an extremely cost-effective lifestyle, especially when compared to the United States. The overall cost of living is much lower, especially when you're talking in terms of housing, healthcare, and dining out. If you get outside to the more rural areas and leave the touristy areas, the cost is even more manageable. Meaning if you're going to go to places like Alicante, Valencia, or the south or north of Spain, outside of these big cities like Barcelona or Madrid, you'll be really shocked with the long-term cost of living. And essentially, most locals are living under $1,000 or 1,000 euros per month. And once you're there and on that longer-term living cycle, the long-term contract for your house, understanding where to eat, and getting outside of the tourist sort of tracks and areas, you'll find Spain to be a very affordable destination. One of the best things about Spain is it's celebrated for its high-quality healthcare system, and it's ranked among some of the best around the world. It offers a mixture of both public and private clinics, and it's a much lower prices compared to the United States. Some of the other things that people really love about Spain is there's such a really important, rich cultural and leisure activities available for expats. Living in Spain allows retirees to immerse themselves in the vibrant culture with an abundance of leisure activities, from historical sites to art galleries to beautiful beaches, parks. There's just always something to do and explore in Spain. And it's been one of my favorite tourist destinations. And I've also had the pleasure of having some extended stays in Spain outside of some of these main touristy cities. So you might be wondering, how can I stay in Spain long term? Luckily, there are some visa options. I wouldn't say it's the best visa options on the list, but they do have some exemptions for retirees. Spain offers several visa options for retirees, including the non-lucrative visa, which requires proof of sufficient financial means without the need for investment. For those who can invest, they have a golden visa, which provides a path to residency by investing in real estate or other financial assets. The last great thing about Spain is there's a really rich expat community and also a retirement community, not just from the United States, but from all around the world. Meaning they have services and accommodations set up just for retirees, meaning it's not that complicated to move there and get your life set up. The next destination is one of my favorite places in the world, and it's a place that I've been to about 30 or 40 different times and different cities. I actually studied abroad in this country, and again, it checks almost every box for a perfect country to live in. Now, what is the country I'm talking about? Well, it's Italy. Italy is just one of those destinations where it has beautiful landscapes, rich history, and some of the best food and activities anywhere in the world. There's actually a pretty strong misconception that Italy is just expensive, and while it's probably a little bit more on the pricier side of Europe, once you get outside of those main tourist cities, Italy offers a cost of living that's substantially lower than the United States. Housing, groceries, and dining out are almost all more affordable than any major city in the United States. Meaning if you go to tier 2 or tier 3 cities in Italy, outside of Rome, outside of Milan, you're going to have a much more affordable option, especially when you get into the south of Italy. Some of the many great things that people love about Italy, including myself, is the rich cultural experience. Meaning Italy is steeped in a history of art, culture, and some of the best food in the world. Italy offers deeply enriching environments that are ideal for cultural enthusiasts. Not to mention, Italian cuisine is world-renowned for its flavor and emphasis on fresh ingredients, meaning it is one of the most healthy lifestyles you can have, and there's a reason Italians live longer than almost every other country in the world. The other reason is because Italy has a really great streamlined healthcare system that's highly rated, that offers highly comprehensive care that is both accessible to residents and expats. They have a public healthcare system which is supported by universal healthcare coverage, but many expats choose to supplement this with private health insurance to reduce wait times and increase the choice of providers. Again, Italy isn't perfect, and some of the biggest complaints I hear about when people move there is there's so much bureaucracy, from living overseas to moving and getting set up. Things just close randomly during the middle of the day. There's a lot of adjustments you need to make for moving to any country, and this is the biggest hurdle I see for Italy, is the bureaucracy is just a little bit annoying, and there's a lot of different rules, different departments, and to get anything official done, it can take a really long time. But with this in mind, there are some really good visa options for living in Italy. The Italian elective residence visa is one of the most popular among retirees, allowing people to live in Italy without the right to work. This visa requires proof of sufficient income, and again, I'll leave links below where you can find out exactly how much this is going to be. Last but not least, there's a very vibrant expat community in Italy, meaning that there's a lot of great locals and expats living life together and having a really overall great experience. One of the next countries that is top on the list is Greece. Greece is one of the most popular places to retire for people, and I'm going to explain exactly why. Greece offers a substantially lower cost of living when compared to many Western countries, and especially the United States. When it comes to housing, groceries, dining out, again, the average cost of living inside major cities of Greece is under 1,500 euros per month, So if that's your cost of living, you can have a really great quality of life because the majority of the country is living on less than that. Now, if you go to places like Athens, it might be a little bit more pricey, but there's a lot of other really great island options like Crete where you can have a much better quality of life. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but again, it's going to be a better lifestyle. And the island life is going to be what most retirees are seeking. Now, Greece is one of the places in the world that has one of the richest historical and cultural landscapes, beautiful nature, and some of the best food. They have a healthy lifestyle. And again, one of the reasons that people live so long in Greece is that they have a universal healthcare system providing comprehensive medical services at a very reasonable cost. There's also some really great retirement visas, and Greece actually offers the Golden Visa program, allowing non-EU citizens to retire in Greece and gain residency through property investment. Again, this isn't going to be as straightforward as some of the other ones because you need to buy property overseas, but it can be a really great fit for the right type of person. Now, last but certainly not least is one of the most surprising countries I've been to in Europe. After visiting every single country in Europe, this next destination might surprise you. It was actually one of the last countries I visited in Europe, and it was also one of my favorites. The country I'm talking about is Malta. Malta offers a cost of living that is a lot lower than the United States, and I was pretty shocked by how affordable the options were there. I was really surprised by an island country being so affordable. Again, I went a little bit outside of the peak seasons, but after that, we were able to have a really nice penthouse, rent a boat, and do all of this stuff for under a few $1,000s for the month that we were there. Housing and everyday expenses, private healthcare are extremely affordable and allow you to live a very comfortable lifestyle on a modest budget. Malta also ranks very high for their healthcare, meaning that you have really good access to hospitals and healthcare options. So one of the things that I loved about Malta was it's essentially surrounded by water and crystal clear blue waters, sunny weather, and a pleasant climate almost all year round. We were able to go swimming in November, and the island's rich history is extremely impressive and overall just very exciting to explore a different culture and check out all the different sites of Malta. Now, Malta has a few good options for retirees, but let's dig into them. Malta's retirement program is designed specifically for retirees, offering a straightforward path to residency. Retirees do need to meet certain financial requirements, such as having stable pension income or renting or owning property in Malta. Again, I'll leave links below on where you can find the exact amounts for what these visa options have in mind. Now, if you like this video, I'm going to leave a video above here that's going to break down the top 5 countries to live under $1,000 per month. Again, it's not going to necessarily be the same here as the countries to retire abroad, but if you're wanting to live abroad, have a luxury life, you're going to want to watch that video. Now, thanks again for tuning in. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification icon to get alerted about the new videos I'm putting out every single week.